Is this recording? Mic testing, one, two, done. Let's come back to our main agenda for today's video, which is one of the most important videos. That is our weekly analysis for the trades that we put that are executed in this current week. Okay, so let me just minimize my camera screen and get back to our trades. Okay, let me just open up my profile, this one, where I place my orders, and this is my analysis chart. Okay, so before getting here, I want to talk about my trades for today's weekly analysis video. So previously on my weekly analysis video, what we did is this one on 8th of August, we did our first weekly analysis video, and we discussed all our trades that I placed until 8th of August, right? And now after 8th of August, I got seriously busy for a few days because Saturday, Sunday market is closed, but on Tuesday, Saturday, Sunday market is closed. On Monday, I had to go to out of station to Jorhat, and the 11th, I was busy. I went outside for some important activities, important meetings, and from 12th, 13th, and 14th, I traded only 3 trading days. So these are the only 3 trades that I put this week, this entire week. So we will be reviewing all these 3 trades starting from 12th of August, right? Okay, these are the trades. So everything is captured right here. So before coming here, I want to say something, which is one of the most important things that I noticed, that no matter what you do, trading is a profession. And if you don't trade your trading days seriously, even if your strategy is like has like 80% win rate or maybe 70%, 60% win rate, which is significantly higher for profitability. If you don't trade your trading day seriously, you won't be profitable, right? See, I only traded three: Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, right? What about Monday and Tuesday? Many, and even myself, when I started Forex, I usually avoided Mondays. Okay, because Monday I was fed this thinking, this logic that Monday mostly, manipulations happens, and it does to an to a certain limit, but not every time. Price action, I used to think is very messed up on Mondays and Fridays, and it is, but you can't be so sure until you or unless you trade your like strategy on these days for a significant amount of time, right? Because for some strategies, like the strategy which I was following for high tick scalping, predicting 1 to 2 candles, targeting only 30, 40, or maybe max to max 50, 60 pips. Those days, I used to place my trades on on impulses, right? There was, see, I won't consider that as a proper trading strategy. That was just something which is used to trade, to take entries on. And I developed my entire strategy on that particular thing, which was a mistake, but it still paid. I still cleared my accounts. But on the long run, it had a significantly much higher negatively impact. Like it impacted negatively, net negative. So, which is of no use. As a trader, you need to be trading on full volume with a good actual trading strategy. Because unless and until you don't have a strategy, you won't be getting ahead. Okay. And trading doesn't mean high tick scalping always. Some people get profitable by taking like high scalps, like placing order one by one immediately. See, earlier I used to think if my level failed and then price again came back to my level, I used to think, this is a double entry for this exact setup. I always believed that my level is the goat and market will reverse from my level only. I didn't, I never checked the higher time frame, what it was indicating, if it was bullish or bearish, what was my entire trade bias for the entire week or maybe for that particular trading session. like I do now. So I'll be telling you what I didn't do earlier and what I do now, which made me, which gave me a certain shift in trading mindset and psychology, alongside the strategy and tactics that I used, which took me ahead from my usual, like from my past self. Okay, so first thing is I never checked or calculated the daily bias. Actually, I did, but it was not on point. I just used to randomize it. Let's say the daily candle was on a like a clear green. Maybe it's forming bullish. So I thought my daily bias is bullish. That is illogical, totally impractical, right? Like certain high scalp, like very small scalps, it might play out. But on the long run, that is not something which we can rely on with a big amount of money, right? But still, secondly, what I did was I targeted very small things, like very low profits. I risked significantly much higher in accordance to the profits that I'm targeting. And I was trading with full lots, full volume, full quantity on every single trade. I never booked 50% or like the risk management strategies that I follow right now, the trade management things. So earlier, I used to be very emotional on each trade that I placed on every trade that I used to punch. After every time I punch my order, I always like think there's a constant fury in my mind that oh shit, this might again reverse from my entry. And thirdly, which is one of the most important thing, is I used to trade reversals. I used to do some random ass shits. Like see, it still works. Even now, it still works, and it will work like on the near future. But for precise entries, that is very difficult on 1 minute time frame because you have to predict every single candle. You have to be right every single time to make consistent profits. And fourth, one of the most important thing once again is consistency. I made two or three profits, like two or three trades went profitable, and then the next five trades, the next 10 trades were completely negative. Like first thing, it puts on a severe, what do you call it, like fear paralysis to put an order. I mean, I don't know about others, but it I face this issue. So some traders make money because they don't care about the markets. They don't care about how much big they are losing or what is the losing streak. If I lose one or two trades, it's kind of okay. But if I lose 5, 6 days of trading days or 5, 6 trades continuously, my brain just goes onto that fear mode before punching any kind of new orders. And I can't manage my trade properly, and that is how I lost my master account. And then it also developed an over trading pattern in me. So all of that uh, helped me to improve or to what kind of a trader I am today. Right. See, I'm not saying that I am the best right now, but I am certainly better than I used to be. And I want to be the best in what I do right now. Earlier, that was the best that I did at that point of time. But now, I'm the best at what I do now. These are pretty wild thoughts of myself, of me, of mine. But if someone understands it, it's only me. It's only you because you are my viewer, right? So this is pretty unfiltered prick or unfiltered PC who comes in here, speaks like some uh, what do you call it? Like I'll say it right now. I'll tell it once I become kind of profitable. See, I'm still profitable right now. I made profits. I can manage my trade every single time with proper risk management. Even if I lost a few trades, I don't care because I took them on proper setup. I know what my strategy is. I can write down a strategy in one single sheet of paper, properly define everything like from entry to exits to TP to SL to all the zones to all the levels. I can mark it down every single thing correctly. That is why I'm fully confident now, and that is what it takes to be profitable, right? So in that sense, I'm already profitable, but it's only the thing that I don't have. See, it might seem kind of illogical to talk about this, but I don't have working capital to put in this business. So that is why I used or I am trading demo this week because I've blown my account. I mean, I've blown my account. I take full accountability. So it doesn't matter. Or because you might be thinking that if you're profitable right now, if you manage your trade properly, if you take every single thing on setup, if you're safe on every single trade, and how did you blow your account, right? Don't worry, everything is documented in this YouTube only. You'll find there. So today we'll talk about. Uh, I mean, I already discussed an important thing which I really needed to say of what I've become from my past self. I've learned things which I implemented right here, right now on this present self. What kind of mistakes that I did earlier, which I fixed for my current self, and how this will take me to the new heights of my future, right? Okay, so now coming back to the main topic of today's video is the trades trade selection, and the number of trades that we put this week. Only three, but doesn't matter because we took every single trade on proper setup, proper entry, proper analysis, proper what you call it, like the daily bias, like the multi-time frame analysis. Everything was on point, even though I might have marked some zones. But I mean, see, right now with my current knowledge, I may do something different, or maybe something is not right. Okay, but according to me, right now, I think this is the absolute best that I can do. Okay. But on the near future, when I'll be, more experienced in this strategy, in this field, in Forex, in gold, if I rewatch my videos, like these videos, I can see, this trade was purely logical. Or maybe this zone doesn't make sense. So, but as of now, this makes sense. Totally 100%. I've written everything down. I've documented every single thing. So it'll help me in my future as well. Because see, even though I'm profitable right now, in the future, I want to be more profitable, right? This is nothing as compared to my future self. I know my future self very well because this is me who I'm dealing with, right? Okay, so coming back to my trades, 12th of August 2026. How was the trade? It was pretty good. Setup was okay, news trade. Time frame was M5 and net PNL was a total loss. No problem. Video analysis is right there. Let me see which video was it. 20, what do you call it? Like 12th or 11th. Wait, 12th August, right? This one, CPI news. Maybe I've most probably blown my accounts and what it takes to be profitable. Okay. See, news, there's nothing to predict much because right now I'm at a current level where I'm not an economist or nor I'm a financial expert that I can predict the numbers, where I can predict the news because news see, is gambling for me in my stage, in my current level. On the higher level of my on my near future, that will be totally like logical because that after maybe a one, two, or maybe after a few years, I'll be looking at data more than the price charts. I mean, I'll look over the charts, but much more interested in data and the percentage of the ROI and every single thing, which clearly makes sense as a total business, total professionalism, right? So as of now, news trading is gambling for me. Okay. Okay, manipulative CPI, as you can see right here, we already talked about this on INFP right before the news scandal came. See, this is the say on 6 p.m. IST Indian Standard Time. There is the CPI news, right? But before 6 p.m., this big bullish impulse. It was off 200. As I can recall, it was. I mean, I took my entry right here, as you can see. So from here, it went ahead. I mean, went up in my favor, 200 pips. This is 200 pips. Okay, because I don't forget my trades. So it went in my favor for 200 pips, but I was waiting because everybody was sitting on buys. I sat on buys before news So that is why I kind of accepted my fate, even though it kind of reverses from this point or this point onwards. It doesn't matter. I gambled and I faced my consequence. Even though it went higher and higher, but still this is total manipulation, and I accepted my fate. That is why I don't regret a single bit on this trade, right? So manipulative CPI followed mentor and sat on bias before CPI. Very risky. See, I accepted my risk. I accepted my fate that account might get blown, and it did because I was influenced. Okay, even though I promised myself that I won't news trade, but you know, after all, I'm a human being. I get influenced by my trading partner, my mentor, and every single thing. So price manipulated and went bullish to 200 pips. See, like I told you, 20 pips from my entry, just few minutes before CPI news, and I knew this was manipulation because on the like previous NFP, maybe yeah, say this one, right? Okay, that no seventh. Where is the NFP? This one. Come on, bro. What happened to my internet? Everything is shit. Okay, so check out here. Before the NFP candle, price went down 1,000 pips below. I mean, against our bias for the trade. Okay, see? Wait. How do when will this go, man? See? Yeah, I'm not sure if you can see this. This is 6 p.m. IST. Okay, see 18:15, 18:05, or 18. That is 6 p.m. Before 6 p.m., it gave a very spike down, very like high tick spike down for only 1 minute, and then on the next minute it reversed and fucking boom. And this here, right here, I only placed buy stops. That is why it got executed only on the buy side. If I were sitting on buy stops and sell stops like I used to do or like I did in my very first news trading session, it would be totally disastrous. But even though my bias was correct, I still booked the loss because of the high spreads and high slippage. See, sometimes even if you're right, you still lose. So it's pointless to let that loss take over your mind because it's only sometimes, not every time. So fuck it and relax. Damn, damn. Okay, coming back to the 12th of August, CPI news. As you can see, this is the same setup. Right before the news, it gave a very strong bullish momentum for 4 minutes. One, two, three, four, four 1 minute candle. That is 4 minutes. Okay, it's similar, not exact, because on NFP only the last minute before the NFP came, it gave a manipulation, right? It spiked down, and then on the news time, it went up. But from the previous 4 minutes before the NFP, sorry, before the CPI actually is scheduled, this is clearly like, see this impulse. So I knew it manipulation, and even though I knew it, I got influenced. This is trading. You need to be mentally right, and I wasn't. So, but no problem. I accepted my fate. So I could have booked it, but my mentor and my trading partner was still on this, so I hold it. See, I've written every single thing. I knew on my gut that this is their manipulation. See, I wrote this down also. Same like previous NFP, but I couldn't act on it. The CPI candle today reversed, just like price did on previous NFP, and this single trade blew two of my funded accounts. Right? This reminds me of something. Sometimes you still lose, even if you're damn right. Even if you're goddamn right. All accounts blown today. Right? Pretty disastrous. So the best thing that I should have done is I should have traded news on only one account. I fucked up. So I'll write it here today. The best thing that could have been done sorry, is to trade news on only one account and keep one account for what you call like normal trading. Right? Perfect. So coming back, we'll do 13th of August now. Okay. So this is on pure setup, and it resulted on profit. See, profit and loss, it doesn't matter. What matters is how was the trade and which setup you took on. okay, which setup you executed. Okay, so how was the trade? It was good. Setup TJL and change of character, two different setups. Now time frame was M15. That means M15 levels were drawn, and I executed on 1 minute confirmations or maybe 5 minute confirmation candle. It doesn't matter. We take confirmations on 1 minute and 5 minutes, so it's valid. Net PNL, it resulted in profit. Okay, good. So let's see the market. This was the market, and as you, I'll call it back. So this was the market. This is a 15-minute time frame, and as you can see, I've already marked my H1 highs and lows, and I was waiting for this change of character, which it later played out. So we'll get there. So for this trading session, what we did is we were waiting for the 15-minute QML, okay? And since it tapped into the main change of character level, which was the double top, which is very strong, okay? Double top is kind of strong nowadays. So it tapped into double top, it took on all the liquidity, and then it was clearly on a downtrend. And our daily bias, our overall bias was bearish. So it was very logical to sit on trades on the bearish side, which I did. And I only took a few profits on what you call it on like the A plus of the pending level, the M15 QML. See, on a 15-minute chart, it gave it like a bullish change of character right here, right on this candle, on this line. So after this point, the price is completely bullish. But the price, again, it changed its character right here. So now it's bearish, right? So pending levels, the pending bullish level, it has probability to go big, but the possibility to catch big swing trades on pending levels is, I don't think it's worth it. For quick scalping, it's okay, like I did place on order, but for long trades, long swings, like see, if we sit on this big swing, we can take a good amount of some money, maybe. But it didn't tap into our TGL2, so no problem. But still, we made a profit, so let's see. Market tapped into our yesterday's change of character double top level, and it is clearly bearish on I-15, so my bias for scalping is on a bearish side. See, this is one of the most important thing that I uh, observed is my daily bias for scalping purposes. Okay, my daily bias for scalping is on a bearish side. TGL levels formed, and market was approaching previous pending change of character QML level, right? These are the bearish TGL levels, and market was approaching very hard for the uh, QML level of the previous change of character. Okay, previous bullish change of character. So first entry. Okay, it resulted in a profit, and we targeted how much? 53 pips. Very logical to put your TP right here. You can see this is one of the selling levels also. Even though it's not, it is. See this zone. If we do a structural marking, so one, this is a valid what do you call it, like two candle retracement. So lowest point 1, 2, and 3, right? So this is the 1 minute A plus. Even though we don't trade 1 minute A plus, but for putting TP or for like quick scalps, we can use it for placing our TP, and it did exactly went to this level only. So right, as price tapped into a buying level, waiting for confirmation candle to execute the trade. Price gave multiple buy candles to put on trades, but since this is kind of a counter trend trade, see, this is kind of a counter trend trade, so I anticipated some kind of manipulation here, and I was waiting for a clean structure. So this is pretty messed up structure, right? Even though it gave big bullish engulfing candles, but I can't enter uh, like very small confirmation. See this? Why am I saying? Why am I terming? Why am I giving this term as small confirmation? There is a reason to it, because this is a pending level of the before change of character, which earlier what market did is it changed its character to bullish, right? But then again, it changed its character to bearish. So bearish will be the current change of character, right? We can't trade on that previous bullish change of character, but still, I want to test this level. So I waited for some kind of good, clear structure. And even though I would have put my order right here, maybe old me would have put it right here. But since I'm kind of experience now. I can see what the market is unfolding. Even though I don't know every single move, I can predict every single move. I can at least know when to trade because I always find any kind of flaw in my entries. Okay, so I found a flaw that this is a pending level, and this was the previous change of character. Now it again changes character to bearish. So that is why I waited for a clean structure, and I was right. So as price tapped into a buy level, waiting for confirmation candle to execute a trade. We already discussed. So after price gave a big hard bearish candle, I was now active and I was looking for confirmation candles to enter. Price already made a good bullish engulfing confirmation candle on the very bottom, but I was still waiting for the M5 candle to close engulfing, and it did. That is why I took this position way above with extra confirmation. See, if a zone is way too big, you either take confirmations on 1 minute candle, but it see on 1 minute you can get messed up in such price action. But if you wait for a 5 minute candle, on 5 minutes, you will see there is no confirmation of this messed up price action. Okay, 5 minutes. These were pretty pretty doji candles, and right here it was a very bearish candle. Then again, it formed some kind of doji right here. See, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 5 minutes right here, it gave a doji, and then on the next engulfing, see this engulf right here. So it made sense, right? Very logical. So price already made a good bullish engulfing confirmation candle on the very bottom, but I was still waiting for M5 candle to close engulfing, and it did. That is why I took this position way above with extra confirmation. I booked full TP with full lots on this one, 50 pips captured. So why did I do full TP and why I no, not full TP, but why did I booked full quantity and I took full quantity until my final TP? I already discussed it yesterday, so I will discuss it today. It's just a waste of time. So second entry, I can see this is a selling level, and what is the selling level? This probably will be the TJL1 because price was aggressively going up till my TJL level 1. See, we can still put a trade right here, but I didn't because I already made a profit right here. And even if we waited for some kind of 5 waves to form, we would still make some kind of profits on this bullish impulse. But why so desperate, man? Why so desperate? If price is going up, and if your bias for the day is bearish, then wait for the levels to play. Don't trade on all levels, right? I already did play one, and it I booked TP. So what's so desperation? Second entry was waiting for this TGL1 level. Took this trade outside my trading setup. That was out for a meeting. See this I did wrong, and the only reason why I took this trade out of my trading setup, I was outside for a meeting, obviously. Why I took was I got an alert because I was waiting for this level, this trade, and I was out for a meeting. And since this is a demo account, I thought, why not? Let's put in put a trade right here. Right after my alert came, and after a small, kind of a good, not good, but kind of a uh, bearish tendency. So I put in order right here. And this was a wrong entry, okay? And I realized that if you're outside your trading setup, so this is my trading setup. I don't know if you can see, but I'll just show you once again. This is my trading setup. This is my entire room, and I don't think you can see my my table and everything. There's a whiteboard right here where I write all my points to keep in mind for placing an order for for the video, to how to journal and everything. I have my trading book with me every time. I have my strategy book right here every time, notebook. Okay, so that is why I can be really into this zone, right? Trading in the zone. So coming back, okay, now I was out of my meeting. So also I took an impulse entry just by looking 1 minute candles, not a confirmation candle. See, why am I saying not confirmation candle? See, this is no engulfing candle, right? This is no engulfing candle. There is no confirmation in this impulse. No, not a single one. But as you can see right here, this is clearly, my bad, clearly an engulfing candle, also kind of a shooting star, like an evening star, right? Even though its wick is not that big, not that long, but still it kind of matches our two criteria, right? So even though, I'm just wild guessing, even though I wouldn't have traded, see, if I would have been sitting in my setup, even though I would have waited for some kind of more extra confirmation, after this little range, I would trade on this breakdown. Okay, I'll put my order right here on this breakdown, and I would have captured this entire move. So this trade, okay. But then again, since I was trading outside of my setup, what I did was I managed this trade like a pro. So just watch what I did. That is why I was very careful with this trade. And as soon as it gave 1:1, I booked 50% of the profits and put this trade on break even, and trailed my stop loss a little to at least exit my position at a little profit. What wild English is this? Wild English. I trailed my SL a little to at least, okay. I trailed my SL a little to at least exit, okay, to at least exit my position at a little profit, at some profit. That's a, for the commission charges, right? Since I'm trading in demo account, which makes sense. That is why I took this short, or else there is no confirmation candle on this first entry, and I wouldn't have traded there. Exactly. I would have waited for the second impulse, and as you can see, there is a perfect setup confirmation candle right there, a shooting star candle which also engulfed the previous bull bar, and it gave 100 pips. Exactly, my brother. Exactly. It gave exactly 100 pips right from this entry. Or maybe from this entry, but not 100 pips, but still some good amount of profits. So trade only on confirmation candles, manage the risk on each trade properly. You should know which levels not to trade on, and even if you trade on a weak level, wait for a clear structure for entry. This is the key takeaway. This is the key takeaway. Third into call out. See, this level was not so great. That is why you should know which level to trade on. And even if you do trade on a weak level, like I did right here, wait for a clear structure for entry. See, I waited for a clear structure and I did enter right here. So props to me. I can see my setup. I can wait for confirmation. Just because I'm more calm while trading, I'm in the zone while trading. That is why I can see setups and I can trade and execute properly. So nice. I'm getting ahead of myself. So 14th, yesterday. Yesterday, I already discussed everything, but still, I'll once again get through everything. So 14th of August 2026, how was the trade? It was fucking good. Setup TJL and change of character. Time frame H1 and M15. Net P&L is a profit. All the video analysis is still present. So you can see the main chart. See, this is much more clearer, right? Than this chart. This is like a drawing board where I have just marked all my random ass levels. But these are not ass levels, okay? See, every single time price tapped in and it gave some reaction on higher time frame, and that is all I need. So where was I? Okay, so this chart. See, this is H1 chart. And what I was waiting for is this H1 change of character. Okay, this structure H1 change of character, like not change of character, but H1 confirmed high one and H1 confirmed low two, which gave a change of character right here. As you can see, it kind of gave a bearish impulse. At first, it tapped in multiple times, then it took the liquidity, then it again went up, and then it again closed bearish, and then again it kind of went like it tried to go bullish, but then again price rejected. Then on the next candle, it totally what do you call it, like gave a breakdown and then closed another candle right here. So valid change of character happened here. And also there's one TGL A plus right here hourly. As you can see, there's a bullish impulse from here. Okay, so if you continue, like consider this as a first retracement, Why am I saying this as a false retracement is only because of, see, there is no consecutive two red candles for two candle retracement theory. So see, if you consider this one, we can consider this as the level of one. But even if we consider this impulse, we can still consider this as a level of one because this is the nearest high. So this is one level, TGL1. See, it respected the TGL1 very well and then went up to the exact high. And then again, it, sh it should respect the TGL2 because this is an hourly level. Even though it won't respect much, or I wouldn't expect it to go like a very big momentum because daily bias is still bearish. So I would still expect some kind of rejections or some kind of reactions from this level, like pretty expected. And you might be wondering why I always keep saying as the daily bias or like the overall bias is bearish, even though price is on a continuous bull run. See, price is on a continuous bull run from the past week, right? But this is exactly why people will book some of the profits on this high because this is monthly high. I'll just show you from 1 month. See, it gave a closing above this previous month's high, like much more higher, and it's aiming to go like to give a breakout of this previous candle, this previous month. That is why price, see, it needs fuel. Like a car needs fuel to cover more distance, price also needs fuel to cover more distance, right? It is expected for the gold price action to be on a good uptrend for now because it gave a clear break from the previous month candle, and that is why it will come down for retracement. And that is exactly why my overall bias is bearish because even if we do our multi-time frame analysis, the bias comes out to be bearish. So for quick scalps, for TGL levels to play out, we can expect bullish momentum. We can expect the TGL by TGL levels to play out very well. But overall, if you look at the overall point of view, we are still bearish. So that is why these are the structures, these are the levels which we'll trade on. So according to my multi-time frame analysis, the daily is still bearish and the H1 and H4 is opposite to daily, which is bullish. So we are looking for H1 change of characters to sit on short trades. As soon as market gave H1 change of character, the SBR level played out very well. It was on the Asian session, so I missed it, no problem. As you can see right here, this was the SBR level and it just tapped in, it gave you confirmation on 1 minute like change of character, and then from the double top, it fell very hard. I remember. Yes, it was just yesterday. So it was on the Asian session, so I missed it, no problem. Observation on the lower time frame change of character levels, that the double top and the double bottom levels plays out very well, as it did today. As soon as market tapped into the SBR level, for confirmation, I looked for M1 change of character, and market didn't respect the SBR QML, but on a double top, second entry. First entry gave break even. It gave 500 pips fall. Market was approaching to our H1 or M15 pending buying levels, so was waiting for some confirmation to sit on longs. Okay, I'm talking about this level. Okay, now, so you know, for no confirmations, I'll just put it on the new line. All right, so first entry, price tapped into H1 zone, was waiting for M1 change of character. The QML double bottom level played out beautifully. I missed my legitimate entry though because I woke up late today. I accept this, my my bad luck, or what do you call it, my unprofessionalism. But took a trade on M5 retracement and M1 bullish impulse. So see, I don't need to explain this price action because I just did yesterday. So I won't get over to this much. So I entered right here. If you're wondering, this is way above our actual buying level or actual confirmation level, because price gave confirmation right here. Maybe this is no confirmation, but it gave confirmation right here. Maybe even right here, right here. So why did you execute your trade on this level only? See, I was sitting on live with my mentor, and he made a like since he is way too more experienced, he can trade structure. He can trade market structure by looking at the structure, and he can place exact entries by looking at the candles, like literally. Because after 8 years of experience, or like 5 years, 6 years, 8 years of experience, you will know where the price will come, which one is a retracement, because clearly M5 was retracing right here, okay, at this level. And he told price is coming for a retracement, and it is clear that it will go a little, like it will go higher. That is why I took entry with confirmation though. See, enter with Metro, enter this trade with full quantity till final TP. Hold it this trade. Hold it is not a good word. So enter is probably okay. Enter this trade with full quantity till final TP. The 15-minute TGL level 1. This was a 15-minute TGL level 1. Okay. To check my emotions and mental state while trading full quantity. So the only reason that I took this trade and didn't put break even, didn't put 50% on 1:1 is exactly for this reason. I want to check my emotions. How am I performing while trading full quantity? Because right before this day, we were talking about, no, on this day itself, we were talking about, like, with my trading partner, we were discussing about some kind of uh, risk management strategy for our trades. And he was saying that if it is guaranteed that price covers 1,000 pips minimum, or like 100 pips minimum, then let's do something. We take only 30 pips or 40 pips at max on proper entry, and then we'll just book full TP with full quantity. We'll just target only small, like only small amount, only what do you call it, like small RR trade. But right there, I was pretty defensive about that statement or that idea, because see, we are not made to trade on full quantity, even though, see, it makes sense. But since I'm trading on this strategy, it gave me peace. Honestly speaking, it gave me peace. It gave me mental clarity. There is no rush to put on a trade on this exact candle. There is no fear that this is a retracement. Maybe price will reverse back, because we are trading on full quantity earlier. But right now, there, as soon as price taps 1:1, it normally gives. Okay, it most probably it gives 9 out of 10 times it is giving as of now. I won't say the market always gives 1:1 on my entries, but no, but it gives most of the time. So most of the times I break even, I put my trade on break even, I book 50% and let it run for my final TP, like the rest of 50% of my quantity. And even if it's a small retracement, I don't care, because I'm not losing anything on this trade, right? That is the base, like basically that is the entire logic behind booking 50% on 1:1. It gives you mental peace, and you won't react to every single rejections or every single retracements. That's it. So I normally don't do such things on live accounts, say exactly, but since this is demo I'm trading, I tried this trade with full quantity without booking 50%. Also, one more reason was price was clearly bullish after that. In my this is very like basic outcome. It's best to book 50% on 1:1 for mental peace and clarity on trades. I was looking at the charts every moment or so, and on every retracements, on every corrections, my anxiety went up, and I feared that market might actually reverse. Right? I was very emotional because full quantity was still running on this trade. So to conclude, book 50% at 1:1, and you will be at peace. Zen. Coming to the second entry. Took the second entry on M15 DGL1 because 70% of overall buyers were selling. Took this on proper confirmation, it gave break even, but it's okay. Third entry. So why did I take a third entry? Because, see, this is demo which I'm playing, and although it doesn't make sense, to put illogical trade on demo, to break your rules on demo accounts. But until and unless I don't have my live account, I will trade demo, and on demo, I can try and test every level with proper risk management. But see, it won't, even though it will kind of affect me, but I will make some kind of diagram that it will affect me. It'll be of good effect, okay? I'll know which level I'll. This is basically strategy testing, okay? And I'm taking everything on legitimate entries, legitimate confirmation, everything legitimate, and hardly 2 to 3 entries. So, third entry. Took the third entry to test out whether played out levels worked the second time. This was the previously played out H1 SBR level. The SBR level that we discussed on right here. So, based on the legitimate entry, because mine was hesitant by my mentor's advice, do not trade an already played out level twice. My mentor always tells me that one level is only tradable once. If it played out one time, there is less probability that the same move we can capture or the same momentum we can expect on the second tap in. So that is what was like putting me away from putting my order right here. Even though I'm trading demo, the emotions are real, right? So one level, one time, he told. I respect it, but I want to see for myself. And since I'm trading demo, and exactly, and scenario happened, I waited for M1 change of character. I waited for confirmation, change of character confirmation, and I got crazy confirmation on the SBR level. Took the trade, it gave break even. See, legitimate entry candle right here, shooting star perfectly. It also took the liquidity. It also made a perfect, perfect stop loss above the zone. So it is very logical to put a trade right on this closing. But no problem. I waited for change of character. As you can see, so 1, 2, 3, and then it gave a change of character right here. So SBR, this will be the A plus. A plus level didn't react that much, and this will be the double top, right? Price barely tapped into to the double top. Then it gave a little bit of momentum. Even though I trade this level here or this trade or this setup here, it still gave 1:1 on this engulfing candle entry. So see right here, SBR price tapped in, it met exactly my entry criteria. It swept up and then it gave a hard rejection. It engulfed the previous range, literally the entire range of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 candles. This is very logical to put a trade right here, and I did. And I captured this momentum. It was okay, right here. I've shown it. It is of 32 pips with a 20 pips stop loss. And even if I stretch it out a little more, it's 30 pips, maybe, hardly, but still 30 pips of, wow, of momentum on this exact confirmation. So it's good. And also, I learned one thing yesterday that if change of character happens before internal structure shift, which is the 5 waves, then play the change of character levels, okay? So if the zone is big, like this big zone, what I would normally do is I would have waited for internal structure shift. Maybe I would have started counting from right here, and on the 5 waves, or maybe from right here, I'll start the count, and on the 5 waves, I would have like took an entry, or maybe price won't tap into my level, and then it just continues like continuously go up and up, like high and high. But what I earlier failed to see is change of character already happened before. That is why Ethering gave a chance to enter on the 5 waves levels. So I learned it yesterday. If change of character happens before ISS internal structure shift or the 5 waves, then play the change of character levels first. Not first, but play those levels only. This is basically the entire weekly trades, entire week's trades. So this week I incurred one loss on CPI or only on news, and I took profits on all my trading setups, which is fucking good. So on the last week also, I made a loss only on the news, and I made a profit on all of my setups. And in the previous week on the setup, I made a loss. So let me just review my loss, okay? 38th. Why did I make a loss? Execution. Okay, so this was the missed trade, okay? A plus 11, okay, no problem. Trade was good, it gave a loss, simply. 5 minute TGL A plus and proper candle. SL made it risk free by so this is why I was saved on this manipulation, man. I was saved on this manipulation or this liquidity trade. This trade gave one straight and then reversed. Nice. See how much was the stop loss? It was of almost 12 pips only, and then it gave almost the momentum of, see, more than 30 pips, maybe around 40, 50, 60. It makes sense. So like you're searching for the chart, so why the market gets the place moving between this plan. I mean, okay, so these are some psychological mistakes. So, but this trade was a good one. Execution problem. I couldn't take a trade on this big demand zone on the exact structure, on exact confirmation. So I remember it now. On the second entry, oh yeah, I hold it overnight. I made a video about this one as well. Took another entry on a 15-minute TGL one level. Set up for my trading session ended officially, so I entered with half lots, no formal entry. Waited for confirmation. I don't care if it's a loss. I execute my setup. I'm safe with reasonable asset. So on the next day, I wrote if this trade gave stop loss, then went above, and then slightly tapped to my everything detail to A plus, and then fell. See, but it still gave 1:1, as you can see right here. Still gave 1:1. Still 1:1 trade. Only because I was trading with half lots, and half lots I mean 0.01 lots, because at this point of time I was trading with very less capital. So I opened, my main quantity was 0.02 lots and my half position size was 0.01. So there is no there is no chance that I can book 50% with 0.01 lots, because that is the bare minimum lot size on gold. So this would be a break-even day, but still no problem. But this one was a bad trade. I remember it properly. I was outside. I took two trades. One first trade was on proper setup. The second trade I entered on FOMO, but it still gave almost 1:1 maybe. Yeah, it almost gave 1:1. So level kind of plays out. It gives 1:1 hardly, but meh, it's not that kind of tradable. So if I be totally honest with you, totally frank with you, until today on this strategy, with my level of growth that I'm seeing with myself, with the level of clarity or understanding that I'm getting with myself, I only lost on news, and I only lost on one bad trade. Not bad trade, but only one bad setup. Not bad setup, but setup failed only once. And every single time, see, if you can look at this loss also, it gave 1:1. First one, okay, first one gave 1:1. On the second one also, it gave 1:1. And since this was way beyond our trading time, that is why I entered with half the lots. See, my trading session ended officially, so I entered with half lots, so no formal entry. But it still gave 1:1 break even, right? If we entered with full lots, full volume, full quantity, it still gave 1:1 break even. So profit, this is one loss. I count my loss. Break even, let's say the break even rate. Okay, so this was the A plus level I assume. Yeah, TGL2 A plus. See, see, this gave break even. This third one also gave break even. Okay, first trade gave break even. Second one also gave break even. But since I entered with 0.01 loss, I had to take a loss right here. But still, my level was pretty decent, like very good. It was valid. That is why we expect, like, there was a momentum. Profit, profit, profit. Then again, loss. Why? Because this was news. Loss. Why? Because this was news. On news, we still made profits, okay. We still made profits. I still made profit right on this news. But since I was very emotional because news, we don't exactly know what's happening with the market. I won't get much into detail on this NFP news because I already made a video about that on 7th of August. And also on this CPI news, I still made a profit of 200 plus pips. And also on the second entry, I also made profits, okay? So because on the first entry itself, my account was blown away, so the second entry didn't count. So third day profit, fourth day, like last second day profit, last day profit. See, entire, see, even if I don't count my profits or I don't care if it's a profit or a loss, because what I only care about is this, how was the trade, good trade or bad trade. This chart, I try to maximize this bar, this good trades bar. See, break even 1 day, loss only 3 days, profit 6 days. 4, 5, 6. What else do you want, buddy? Bad, bad day, only one bad day. And I remember it like it was just yesterday, man. I was outside of my trading setup. First one gave break even, first one gave loss, which is totally valid. And then on the next entry, it gave one, but I was very like was so focused that this level will play out, obviously. And this is just price giving me double entry. I fucked up, so no problem. One bad day, 10 good days. I'm still good. I'm still good. So this is my weekly analysis. So now key takeaways from today's weekly analysis. Okay, this is our ritual. We always write our key takeaways. Today is 15th Independence Day of August 2026. Weekly analysis. Key takeaways. I'll just maximize my screen. All right. It's too damn hot, baby. First, trade all your trading days professionally, right? Last week key takeaway, the very first one that I wrote is be fucking professional. Sit throughout your entire trading time, wake up good and fresh to observe and mark right levels. And this week I followed exactly. I woke up good and fresh, even though I woke up kind of late. It's it was still because of my work, so I don't blame it, anything. But it's my loss, okay? I should wake up early and I should make my life more structured. Like I have to sleep early to wake up early, and then I have to build my physique because my physique is really literally deteriorating, or what whatever the fuck that is. I need to build my physique. I need to build my sleep schedule right because I don't know if you can see properly. I got eye bags, man. See, this is clearly visible. But you know what? Men don't burn out. I never told myself that shit, I'm having a fuck ton of work. I do tell, but only because to finish those works, right? So that is it. The fucking trade all your so key takeaway number one of this weekly analysis is first trade all your trading days professionally. Now, second is I'll head over to my Notion and what I observe is I'll just, I'll just let it be like this. So, second thing is the best thing, the best and logical way or logical way to trade news is to trade on a separate account. Not the main account. Not the main account, I mean, not the main account in the sense that you should trade news. Let's say if you have only two accounts, right? If you have only two accounts, you trade news only one account. I mean, only one account, and keep the other account for normal, to trade normally. This is the one thing that I learned, that because I'll write it. The reason also because at my current level, news trading is like gambling. I'm getting a fuck ton of calls, but no problem. It's news trading is like gambling. So trade news assuming you're risking your entire account. Nice. Third key takeaway is this one. Trade only on confirmation candles. I know it's super simple, but still sometimes we forget. Okay, and manage the risk and manage the risk on each trade properly. Now, the fourth key takeaway is, which is also one important takeaway, so I'll just highlight this one out. You should know which levels not to trade on. You must know which levels or pending levels not to trade on. And even if you do trade on a weak level, I mean, even if you do trade on a weaker level, wait for a clear structure for entry. And even if you're planning to trade on a weaker level, wait for clear structure or clear confirmation for entry. Okay, this is one of the main highlights of this entire weekly analysis video. And last but not the least, is one of the most important thing that I learned about this strategy is, if change of character happens before the internal structure shift or the 5 waves confirmation, then play happens first. Okay, then play the change of character levels only. Okay, so this is the main thing about the strategy that I learned. Also, I can say that on the lower time frame, the double top and the double bottom works much more like has a. I'll just write it down. Key observation. On the lower time frame, structure slash confirmation change of character, the double top or double bottom works very well. This is just the key observation. So these are the key takeaways from this entire weekly analysis. All right. So on the last weekly analysis, what I wrote is first point we already discussed, be fucking professional. Second is risk management. Risks. It's not fucking risks, it's risk. Okay. Risk management. I'm trying to improve my English, okay? So don't mind me if I mispronounce or some kind of, I mean, I fuck up or I use filler words often or because I'm improving, okay? So risk management, try to put break even by booking 50% profit at once one. I do, and I did. So okay, so accept the loss. I'm the fucking master at accepting loss. Fourth, if the market is very volatile, you can trade TGL1, 15 minutes or higher level on tap and go with confirmation though. So if the market is very volatile, you can trade TGL level 1, 15-minute level or higher levels on tap and go. If price taps and go, you can trade on like on with confirmation. That is the entire fourth point. So, and fifth one is change of character is far, far, far more better than TJL levels. But on higher time frame, TJ level pays very good. It plays out very good, like we did see on this week. The early TJ level played very well, like the yesterday's trade on the H1 confirmation because there was H1 TJ level 2, which was A plus, and also there is one 15-minute TJ level 2 coincide under that H1 level, H1 TJ, I mean H1 TJ1, sorry, H1 A plus, which is the TJ level 2 of H1. I know it kind of fucks up because I have lots of things to speak, but my mouth just couldn't keep up with my mind. So that's why I kind of stutter in between or stumble upon some words because my mind and mouth are not connected. The main thing to speak clearly, to articulate well for your thoughts to express clearly is you should be able to, not able to, but your mind and your mouth should be connected with like very strong connection, like with wired connection, not wireless. Okay. So right now I'm improving on that connection. If I think about something, I should be able to speak it out well, clearly, so that the other person understands it very well. Because what is communication? Communication is something to not, I mean, to not impress others with high level English words that the other person don't understand. But communication is just a way to express your thoughts so that the other person understands you, right? This is something most people don't understand. Most people try to find out some difficult words to enunciate or to pronounce or to use in their daily vocabulary. But that just doesn't make sense. See, if you're see to know higher level words is very good because some kind of words really do have a meaning which we can't express normally. I don't know if it made sense, but let's say indefatigable, right? See, I've learned this from Andrew Tate because he is undoubtedly one of the best speakers, not one of the best, but he is the best speaker I've ever heard of. I mean, I've ever known. So I just took an example out of him. So he uses the word indefatigable. What does this mean? This means not fatigued. You can't be fatigued. So simple word indefatigable. It has meaning you can't be fatigued. Perspicacious. What's the meaning of perspicacity? trying to willing to know more or be more curious about the meaning about it, just Google it out, okay? So you can use these words, these high level words, to express something which normally people can't express. Like I can't express the word perspicacity. I'll just Google it out right now because it won't take that much time. So seven, perspicacious. Having a sharp mind, clear insight, and the ability to notice or understand subtle, hidden, or hard to grasp things that other people miss. This is the meaning of perspicacious, right? To look through or to see clearly, right? So, so this is what perspicacity means. These kind of words is used in like good vocabulary, where if you use these words, you sound like pretty good. You be very good with your mind and mouth connection. You are more articulate because you just need to use that word instead of trying to put through a lot of words, like to see through everything, to see through deceptions clearly. Instead of this big sentence, you just put a word perspicacious, perspicacity. So that is how you should train your vocabulary. You should know all those words because let's say you're in a high society where people, their levels are pretty high standard. There you can use such vocabulary. That is why, I mean, there the people, you will automatically know by the way they speak, by the way they dress, by their body language. You'll know that some people, they are very high level. So at that high society places, you can use higher vocabulary. But on normal, simple level, or just for communicating with normal viewers, if you use simple vocabulary, uh, simple words, simple put forward words, but put forward very clearly, you can make the other person understand. Because see, you have to determine how the other person is, on which level he is. As men, we always, instinctively, we always think that if the other person is capable to, fight or not. See, I just I just don't know if you're a fighter. I'm a boxer, right? So instinctively, if I meet someone, instinctively this thought like comes into my mind whether I can beat up this person or not. If a fight comes up, okay, right, hands down, this is like one of the most instinctively arriving thought in men, in fighters. So, like that, we men instinctively kind of look at like the other person and think about. You should think like always, like on. You have to determine which level he is on currently. Some people might argue that this is girly behavior to judge a book by its cover, or maybe to judge just the other person, but certainly not. You have to know the other person. You have to judge him by his actions, by the way he speaks, by the way he carries himself, and then you have to, make your words, your entire vocabulary set, so that he understands what you are trying to say. If you use high level of vocabulary in simple, I mean, at simple places, at simple people, on simple people, they just don't understand. And you won't be able to express your exact thought to them. That is not communication, right? So I know it's a very simple thing, but everybody misses out on this very simple thing. And simple things are like overseen or overlooked at most places. So it's just me putting out right here in front of everybody or in front of my future self. So please take care. Right. So coming back on the key takeaways of the previous weekly analysis, sixth point and the last point, journal the TP pips, take profit pips, and stop loss pips for each trade to see if the strategy played out well. I did. I used very simple RR tricks. As you can see right there, I'll just show you. It's right here. Earlier, what I used to do is I just used to simply put my RR right here. See, by looking at this, you can't see how much we are risking on this trade, how much, what's the size of this candle, right? But if you look at this photo, you can see clearly that this candle is of 20 pips, right? And we are, I mean, almost 30 pips, but we're taking a stop loss of 30 pips. We're targeting 32 pips. 323 points, and risk to reward ratio is this one, 1.59. So it's very clear, right? So I followed my previous week's analysis and like key takeaways, and I followed them to this week, and I'll follow it throughout my entire journey. So and today we took away 5 points and one observation. So I'll carry it forward on the next week as well. So that's basically it for today. Weekly analysis done, and Monday we'll be doing our multi-time frame analysis. So it'll be a solid one. You see, I can anticipate something if something is good, okay. Instinctively, I can feel that the next coming week will be the best week or so. We'll see, we'll see. But क्या ही जाता है अगर मैं इधर बोल दूं अब. Also one thing, my Hindi is not that great. I mean, I can speak fluent English, English, but Hindi, my accent or my word selection just doesn't fit right. I mean, I don't know, man. But still, I'm very grateful that I can at least understand these basic languages, this, this basic dialects. Dialect? Let's see what is a dialect, okay? I just need to be more clear about something. Dialect. Meaning specific form of a language spoken in a specific place by a certain group of people. Okay, so okay, got it. Okay, so American versus British English. Right. So that will be enough for today. And let's see how the next week plays out. I'm feeling good for the next week, and I'm trying my very best to, take another account or to put some money for my next live account, and hopefully, but obviously, I will take my next payout. I mean, I'll make my first dollars pretty soon. I mean, I can see it, man. I'll just let it out right here. I'm fine profitable, and I'm taking my money very soon, and I can envision it because I already have it. Okay, I already have it. After a few days, it'll manifest, or after a few weeks, it'll manifest. But it has. Okay, there is a version of this PC who already has a $500 payout in his bank account or maybe in his wallet or anything. So I already have it. So I can say it out very clearly that I already have fucking $500 in my funding pips or anything or any firm master account. And I'm just waiting for my payout day to withdraw the money. See, that is the reality. It's just taking time to manifest that reality, okay? That is the reality in the future. I mean, there is no assumption that I hope so that I'll take some money. I'll take the payout. But future is certain. It's taking time to manifest that reality, okay? So I hope I'm able to connect my mind and my mouth pretty well in this session, because I think this is one of the best weekly analysis or one of the best videos I've ever made or ever put forward. I was very clear about all the rules, all the key takeaways. I was very what do you call it, like very what do you call it, like articulate maybe. But the word just slipped out of my mind. So I was very in flow state while making this particular video. And I felt pretty like natural to speak in English for my videos, okay? So this session was very good, and I'll see you on the next one. So okay, that's enough for this one. Bye bye.